So there are lots of misconceptions about cholesterol out there. People say avoid it completely. Some say it's good for your health. It's not good for your health. There's good cholesterol. There's bad cholesterol. So much information out there. Which one is right and which one is wrong? And is cholesterol really necessary even in your diet at all? Well, let's find out in this video how cholesterol actually makes a difference in your health. Stick and stay. It's definitely going to be worth your while. So, I'm Dr. Kelvin. I'm your wellness consultant, which means your health is my topmost priority. And so this is definitely a channel that you ought to be subscribing to, because lots of information is going to be shared here. You're going to learn a lot about your health and how to improve it on a day-to-day basis as you stay focused and engaged on this channel. So let's get into it. Stroke, heart attack. These two conditions are related, like they are cousins, like they are tight, they are blood. And yes, indeed, they are related. And both of them have their origins in cholesterol. So does that mean you shouldn't eat cholesterol? Well, too early to answer that question. So generally speaking, there are two kinds of cholesterol. Well, it's not really the cholesterol. Cholesterol is the same thing, but how the body carries it is what makes the difference. So there are two lipoproteins that transport cholesterol. The low density lipoprotein and then the high density lipoproteins. They both collect the cholesterol from the bloodstream and they transport it. Now the LDL, that's the low density lipoprotein, carries the cholesterol and deposits it in the blood vessels, resulting in something we call plaque. And the buildup of plaque would narrow the blood vessel, and then you'd have a lot of problems developing as a result of. And this is why the LDL has been tagged as the bad cholesterol. The HDL, on the other hand, would pick this same cholesterol and then it will transport the cholesterol to the liver. In the liver, the cholesterol is broken down and flushed out of your system. In other words, it's excreted. And so the HDL is called good cholesterol. Ultimately, both of these lipoproteins come into play when you have excess cholesterol in your bloodstream, which means that if you are eating foods that are rich in cholesterol, you are going to have an excess of cholesterol in your blood, and then your body is going to call on either one of these two lipoproteins to transport the cholesterol. You as a person do not have control over which lipoprotein is called into work. And so basically, this means that you ought to manage the cholesterol you are taking in, because naturally your body produces enough cholesterol for your body, and so you don't really need excess cholesterol coming in from the outside. As the plaque builds in your bloodstream, it causes narrowing of the blood vessels, and as the narrowing continues, the plaque can rupture. Platelets are attracted to the rupture site. The platelets will gather around the rupture, which will result in a further narrowing of the blood vessel to the point that no blood can go beyond that obstruction. At that point, a clot has formed, and that clot will completely obstruct the blood vessel. And if this scenario occurs in your heart, the cells beyond the blockage would lack oxygen and they would begin to call for help, which is the pain you're going to experience. You are said to have suffered a heart attack. When this same scenario occurs in the brain, you suffer a stroke, an ischemic stroke. So this is why a heart attack and an ischemic stroke are closely related, and they are all coming from cholesterol. Now, what are some of the things you can do to reduce the cholesterol in your blood? I've mentioned one already, which is to manage how much cholesterol you are taking in. Cholesterol is typically found in animal sources, and so if you manage a diet that is not too rich in animal food, it can help you minimize your cholesterol. Very important. The second thing is physical activity. If you are physically active, your body begins to break down extra or excess fat, and cholesterol is considered one of them, and so the body will naturally break it down and reduce the amount that is available in your bloodstream. Finally, you need to be doing regular routine health checks, because cholesterol excess does not give you any symptoms, and so until you actually get checked, we will never know what your levels are. And so ideally, you can get a cholesterol check done every year, every 2 years, as regularly as possible, so that if the levels are high, it can be managed appropriately, because you don't want to be caught by surprise, because a heart attack or a stroke can be fatal, and we don't want that to be our first sign of high cholesterol. And so do get regular routine checkup, and then let's stay healthy together. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you have a question, leave it in the comment section. I will definitely respond to it. Have a fabulous time. Stay blessed. Signing out.